The Los Angeles Chargers are in the middle of the offseason, preparing for the upcoming 2025 season. Jim Harbaugh and Joe Hortiz's honeymoon period is officially over, and they have done quite well in their first season. Now it's time to look at team building and what they miss in the 2024 season. We are still away from the official 2025 draft, so everyone is doing a mock draft and trying to analyze who the Chargers could select. Now, it is obvious what the Chargers actually need for the upcoming season. We have so many times discussed this already. It's the Jim Harbaugh era, and looking at his track record at Stanford, San Francisco, and Michigan, there's a clear pattern. He builds teams with a specific philosophy that just flat out works. Today, I came across an interesting video where the presenter did a mock draft for the Los Angeles Chargers. Now, why I am interested? Because this is quite useful information for my viewers. If you want to watch that video, I have put the link in the description. You can check it yourself. So let's have a look and see the Chargers select which players and what they can bring to the table. What's up, Chargers fans? Welcome to the NFL Playbook Chargers. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. This channel is all about breaking down everything you need to know about the Bolts. So PFF's mock draft simulator is used for this mock draft because they tend to value positions pretty realistically. What's really intriguing about this situation is how the Chargers can quickly stack talent through the draft. With Harbaugh's mindset, he's going to focus on fundamental football principles that have proven successful at every level. Let's dive into this 7-round mock draft. We're looking at the draft for needs versus the best player available, and positional value is going to be crucial here. Let's analyze how this mock draft is shaping up for the Chargers. With the first pick, they grabbed Colston Loveland from Michigan. Despite limited stats due to quarterback issues, his raw talent and potential make him a standout choice at tight end. In the second round, Mason Taylor was available, and yes, that's NFL legend Jason Taylor's son. While his NFL bloodline is impressive, the Chargers had already secured Loveland. It's worth noting they could have strategized differently, maybe waited on the tight end to snag Taylor here. The board showed some intriguing safety options, and considering how effectively the Chargers used Derwin James near the line, it was tempting. Instead, they opted for a quality guard. Sometimes filling a crucial need trumps the best player available strategy. Round 3 presented some exciting prospects like Jalen Milroe and Josiah Stewart. The Michigan connection with Stewart caught attention, but they went with Quinton Judkins to address the running back position. While not the most exciting pick, it filled a roster need. After those initial picks, Kill Mullings was still on the board. An absolute stud. This is where the RAF strategy gets tricky. Then they added Connor Colby, an Iowa guard. Here's something every NFL fan should know. Iowa offensive linemen are as reliable as they come. That's just smart roster building. In the later rounds, they picked up Darius Alexander to strengthen the interior defensive line. His development potential is significant. What's particularly noteworthy is the Chargers' abundance of remaining picks, giving them plenty of opportunities to add quality depth. As we get into these late rounds, the focus shifts to finding those diamonds in the rough. A Stanford linebacker caught attention, fitting that Harbaugh connection perfectly. Then came some intriguing late-round flyers. The Kobe Bryant selection, sometimes a name stands out. Donovan Edwards in the 7th makes sense. A raw talent that hasn't fully clicked yet. Exactly what you want late in the draft. So, look at who the Chargers picked in this draft. They started with Loveland as their tight end, though Tyler Warren could have been the better choice. To help protect their quarterback, they grabbed a few guards, with Tyler Booker from Alabama being a standout pick. Sure, they got a D-plus grade, but the first 5 picks could really change this team. In the later rounds, they added some receivers, linebackers, and Jackson Dart as a quarterback. Booker really stands out on game film. He's great at protecting the quarterback and has proven himself against top college teams. You can't beat that kind of experience. This draft looks a lot like what Harbaugh usually does. Build a strong offensive line and get tough players who can develop into stars. Those first 5 picks could be the foundation of something special. Getting Dart and those receivers late in the draft was smart too. Don't worry about that D-plus grade. It doesn't show the whole picture. Harbaugh knows how to develop players and loves tough physical football. These picks fit perfectly with what he wants to do. That's why draft season is so exciting. You can see where a team is headed. These picks could help make the Chargers a real threat in the NFL. An important point to note here is that so far, only the picks for the first 3 rounds have been finalized, while the picks for the remaining 4 rounds are yet to be determined. This means the draft order can still change, and the compensatory picks haven't been finalized either. It is expected that the Chargers will receive 3 compensatory picks, but nothing is confirmed yet. The draft situation keeps evolving, and we don't know what other teams are planning. That's why the draft is so complicated, because 32 teams select players based on their specific needs and budgets. You can't predict which player will be selected in which position, as teams often think from different perspectives. So this is the result of a mock draft. What are your thoughts on this? In your opinion, what are the Chargers' needs, and which players should they select?